Hey, my friend, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. So you are a Muslim?
I was a Muslim, but if you remember, I came to your channel multiple times with my people to debate with you.
Oh, you came to debate
Uh,
me before? Okay, what happened? Remind me, please.
Even I built my team and I was training how to debate with you, but after
You
some
you
time,
you got a team with you to debate me?
yes, I was training them even
Okay.
from Pakistan.
All right. And
So
what happened?
actually, I I take off my the religious glasses, the reality, like praising Allah and honoring Allah, and I say, okay, let's read what he's saying. Is it really true or not? So I watched so many. I was always collecting evidence against you that I can stand with that evidence. But when I read exactly what you're saying, it's bringing me to think about the reality. And in the end, I left Islam. So this is what
Wonderful.
I want to say. First of all, I was trying to call yesterday to say I'm really sorry that many times I was angry with you and I was using bad word. The
No, you
second
see, I
thing I
don't
want to say,
even,
thank you
just to
so
let you
much.
know, my friend, I can call you my brother then. I don't even remember what the conversation you're talking about. As you know, there's thousands of people call me, thousands of people call me names, many
Yeah,
insult me. I don't put hate in my heart. It doesn't make any difference for me. But I'm so happy to hear that you decide to
yeah.
leave Islam today, even though you were so angry from me, because you were able to find the truth. And as the Lord, He says, the truth will set you free. But what about you left Islam now, so did you decide to accept the Messiah as your Lord?
Yes, actually, I was sent into Europe to plant mosque and spread Islam in Europe, and I was chosen for 2030 vision, Islamic vision for Europe, like 40% generation will be Muslim in Europe. So I was chosen for that mission. I was Imam
Chosen by who?
in Athens.
If you like to share with us, who is the one who chose you to make Europe
Uh,
40% Muslims?
Yes, there is a movement going on, Islamic movement for Europe. So I was chosen from my ministry because I was very active in Pakistan, how to convert Christian people, or because where I lived there was so many Christians, minority even. So, but I was
Hmm.
very active how to convert Christian people to Islam. We was using different way, like okay, offering them money or forcing them, or if not, so threatening them. So this is a different strategy I was using in Pakistan. So I was
Hmm.
one of the leader of that. So this why very passionate for Islam. My ministry in Pakistan, they chose me to send me into Europe, and I was also ready to go there. So I planted two mosques in Athens, Greece, and I started my ministry there. And that time, um, I was training also the Muslim how to convert Christian to Islam. The way and the thing, the way I I read and I study about, and they show us about Christianity is a Christian who drink alcohol 24 hour, or Christian who eat pork, which is a ولحم الخنزير وما أهل به لغير الله. So like unclean animal in Islam, or
Hmm.
Christian they can have sex anytime, anywhere,
Hmm.
and this was the reality. I'm sorry to say about Christian people, but this is the reality in our culture, country, because we know that if you are not Muslim in Western country, you are Christian. I never knew that there are so many people who don't believe in even in God. So when I came to Europe, uh, like uh, like I was, my eyes was open. What I am here in Christian country, and why we are telling them to become like us, because they are better than us, even because they was honest, they was on time, like, and generous, like, and always my, because I was imam in Athens, but still I was looking a job to work and to pay my rent and tax there, because to renew my visa stuff. So this was a long journey. It took me 5 years that I was experiencing Jesus among Christians' life. I never read Bible my whole life, but the action of the Christian people. I was reading living Bible in their life. So this was surprising me because I go to my bed, my home every night, and after my Isha namaz, salat, I wrote my journal for every day what I did for today. So sometimes the Christian people's action was louder than my prayer, and it was like touching me and beating me in my heart. I said, why they are better than me? Then I left Islam because I left Islam not to become a Christian. I left Islam because I studied Islam and I had no way to follow Islam because I was completely in different way, the way I was raised and extremist. So yeah.
So
So this
now,
was
now I don't know if I should mention your name in Skype. So now you mentioned to me that they taught you that Christians they can have sex anytime, they can do whatever
yeah,
they wish. Is that true?
yeah.
Is that what Christianity teach?
Absolutely not. I'm a follower of Jesus now.
All
I
right.
left Islam,
So now we
but I
know.
left Islam not to become a
So
Christian.
so now you and me we know that this is absolutely false. They spread
Yeah,
lies about us because a true Christian, actually, the Bible is the only book says clearly, even if you are drunk just for being a drunk, you don't enter heaven.
yeah,
In
exactly.
Islam, in Islam, it says that Allah He forgave all sin except shirk, which
Yeah,
means being homosexual, you go to heaven. Being drunk, you go to heaven. Drug addict, you go to heaven. Child molester, you go to heaven. It doesn't matter. All what Allah
yeah,
cares for is to believe in Allah and Muhammad for sure. The rest is not
yeah,
important. The rest is not. In Christianity, no. The Lord, He says, not everyone says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who does His will. And what the will? We start from the Ten Commandments. And Muhammad, he broke all the commandment of God. So now you
yeah.
know that what they taught you about Christianity and about the Christians is absolutely false. But now I want to ask you, you said you implemented two mosques in Athens, in Greece. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you working to shut them down?
I am working to keep loving Muslim people, and I have seen thousands of people even in Europe. They are leaving Islam and they are going back to their country and their nation and tribes. People like Afghanistan, Iran, and Pakistan, and they are
Mhm.
telling their family, and also they are leaving Islam. So this is a joy for me, that seeing that. So many people who are living like me in the darkness, and that darkness is too dark. It's not just dark, is that dark is too dark.
Yeah.
So now they are leaving Islam and following Jesus. And I praise God. And as I said, like, believe me, I didn't left Islam to become a Christian. I left Islam because I studied Islam and I was encountered with Jesus. I was going after other religion like Hinduism or Sikhism,
Mhm.
but never ever Christianity, because this is like shirk. Qul huwa Allahu ahad, Allahu samad. How can I was praying every day, 5 times a day, and in my each prayer I recite Surah Ikhlas.
Mhm.
So how is possible? Like 24 years I was practicing Islam and practicing that Allah is the one and has no son, and then overnight I say, okay, I believe in Jesus. Never ever, because I don't want to commit shirk. And I was so shocked when I realized the real face of Islam, because I studied 9 years in madrasa, in Islamic school in Pakistan, and it's completely different world than the people they have other education. They study biology, science, or mathematics. But Islamic school, I was studying Sharia law, Quran, and everything what Quran teaches. So it has no connection like a Muslim, and there are two different kind of nominal Muslim and radical Muslim. And I was grown up as a radical Muslim. So there's so many things that I say, like, I left Islam not to become Christian, but I was encountered with Jesus. And even when I was encountered with Jesus, I was so shocked. And I said, and I go back to mosque and I do wudu, and I come back and I start crying and screaming. I said, Allah, show me that in my dream, it was not Jesus, it was Muhammad, and I
Mhm.
know Quran, exactly what Quran teaches. Muhammad is dead and Jesus is coming back, and the Holy Spirit always convinced me my son is not Muhammad, is Jesus. Because I have a light in my heart. I experience light. I feel joy in my heart. The darkness was gone. I was experiencing light and beauty. And this was a big thing for me. And I have learned so many things from you. And this is what I am helping other people with the love of Christ to understand the reality of Islam. You know, my goal is not to tell people to follow Jesus. I cannot force anybody to follow Jesus. Nobody forced me to follow Jesus even,
Right.
but people forced me to follow Islam, you know. But with love, I said, okay, you're practicing 5 times a day. You have to read, what you're practicing. You have a right to ask question why Muhammad married with a 6-year-old girl, why
Correct.
he has sex with a slave. So this is what I learned from Christian country about human rights and the standard of the human. And when I came to Europe and I was experiencing, I never read Bible my whole life, but I was reading Christian people's life. This was how I read Bible. So, but Bible has so much high standard than Quran. Quran says if you are going to do some sin, and until you commit it, is not any sin, But Bible says even you think about, you know, even you think about, you already
Or even
committed.
even Muhammad, he said, إذا ابتليتم فاستتروا. When you do sin, just hide it.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
many things to
there is a
say,
huge
but
difference between what Muhammad, the devil, he say, and what Christ he say. But I want to ask you about your team. You said to me that you brought a team to debate me. Do your team now knew that you left Islam and you became a Christian?
yes, they already. I was very badly persecuted from my community, and even I lost my son, I lost my wife, I lost my whole community, and I gone through.
So you are saying your wife, she took your son and she is gone because you became a Christian?
Yes, and she married with my older brother because she wanted to honor the community, and even my parents, the community forced them to demonstrate that he is dead from us. So they make a grave and funeral for me that he's dead from us, and even in the newspaper.
So your family, they
Yeah,
make a fake funeral to
yeah,
demonstrate that you are not exist in their life no more, and they force your
exactly.
wife to marry your brother,
Yes, my older brother. So
your brother from your father.
yeah, my older brother who wasn't married before, but they married him with my older
But
with
don't you
my
think that
ex-wife.
this woman who allow herself to marry another guy brother, he just like, I mean, the husband, the first husband is gone, and now we sleep with the brother. Don't you think she is demonic too anyway?
Uh, Actually, I don't know. I don't have any contact, but I think this is a devil what he's doing. This is the reality of Islam, and I am so thankful to heard about what happened with all this. It make me joy and praise Jesus that He is the one, who has the right teaching, who's teaching human how to live, how to act, how to love, how to forgive. So again, this is a reality. I am not sad what I lose, but I am so thankful what I have found because my other family, my other siblings, they never went to Islamic school. For
Mhm.
them, Islam is perfect. Muhammad is wama arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alamin. I said, how he can be rahmatan lil alamin when he's killing people and he's taking their wife as a slave and selling to buy ammunition for them.
Yeah.
So how he can be rahmatan lil alamin?
Which
So
mean
this is
mercy. In case you do not know what he's saying Rahmatan al Alamin mean mercy for mankind, for the whole world
yeah,
actually.
for the
But
whole
Muhammad
world.
obviously have no mercy. He is just a monster. There is a question in the chat. Someone asking you. You mentioned that a Pakistani government, they force Christians into convert to Islam. How they do that? He's asking.
Oh, yes. Not the government, actually. It is the radical Muslim people. But
Okay.
the madrasa I was studying in Pakistan, They have two different kind of world. Like radical Muslim, they have a completely different Pakistan than the government. Government has no clue what the Muslim people, radical Muslim teaching, getting teach in madrasas. You know, for example, I studied in madrasas, and my family, they were thinking that I am studying in madrasa and I'm reciting Quran, and there is a rahmat from Allah all the time, you know, and I was running away. Even I was abused every night, like other children, physically abused. They had sex with me every night, and also they was teaching how to do jihad, for example, jihad training, because this is the only way in Islam to go to heaven. You know, when I study, when after doing hifd and qari, and then I went for my to understand what does really mean what I did. I memorized whole Quran because I did not understand what this mean, because this was not my real language, and I wanted to know what does mean this Quran. And when I saw Prophet Muhammad's life and all his followers' life, and my family and teacher and spiritual Muslims' life, I saw all Muslim people, they cry. For what? Because of sin. There is no forgiveness of sin in Islam. There is mostly for kabira sin. If you do saghira sin, is a different definition. If you practice this and that, can be forgiven. But there is no forgiveness for Islam, except there is only one way that your sin can be forgiven: if you go to jihad and kill yourself, you know. And this can bring your whole family even into heaven, you know. And there is huru maksuratun fil qiyam, so they are waiting for you. So even in all Islamic school in Pakistan, they train for jihad, and government was not knowing anything.
But
And
you
I
know,
was part of
you know, my friend, I have tons of emails in my YouTube right now. I'm showing them in the screen. I don't know if you notice. And all of them, they are complained from the government of Pakistan. They are watching my channel so closely, and they keep reporting me and taking legal actions against my videos. And I have, if I say maybe 1,000 emails from the government of Pakistan complaint to YouTube, I will not be exaggerating. So obviously the government of Pakistan is no better, and they are partner in prosecution, because this is a form of terrorism. You speak against Islam, we try to silence you. And you can imagine if I live in Pakistan, what will happen to me, correct?
Exactly. I'm not saying that. I'm just what I see in Pakistan. For example, in the back door, in back room, religious and political people, they work together. They encourage each other. They exchange their card even. You know, okay, you get this if you do that. Definitely, absolutely. This madrasa was not running for just people donation. This madrasa was running for government donation as well. You know, so absolutely, we was encouraged from the madrasa, go and persecute people. You know, if they are not converting to Islam, force them to marry or marry them with these people. You know, offer them. Where they was getting this money from the government as well. In the back door, back room, they was all involved, because we was encouraged. Nobody will put you in prison because we have a big hand in government, you know. And in Pakistan, it's still same doing that. Every day this happens. For example, if I left Islam, it is my right to decide what I have to believe. Nobody can force me to believe in this shit Allah, for example, or Muhammad, you know, who is a pedophilian, who have sex with this. Even my life is better than Muhammad's life. This is my basic right.
And if actually if they could not even find a stone look good for them, they will create a stone. They will bring a sheep milk, they will milk it over the dust, and look what they do. And they perform tawaf around it. This is Islam. They go around it. You see it? This is where tawaf is coming from.